Welcome to my top 10 TV shows of 2019. I feel a bit underdressed for this one. So I'm going to run through each of the shows in one breath because I need something different for this list. Starting at number 10 in one breath is Unbelievable.
You see the pattern. There's a rape, new evidence, new leads, and then one by one, they dry up.
So Unbelievable was a powerful show about two cops trying to solve a series of sexual assaults that happened through these states in the US, and we focus on one particular crime in specific with this young girl who isn't believed at first, and it's really engaging and enticing, and we follow this story, and even though the cop drama kind of flags a bit too much, it's still a good show, and I need to watch it. It's number 10.
You think Marie made up the attack?
I'm pretty positive that it happened.
Number 9 is The Boys.
The greatest superhero team the world's ever seen.
Now, The Boys is a fun, albeit very bonkers superhero show that keeps the stakes really low and focuses on the characters' individual flaws. Not only the characters are really good, and the show kind of develops this weird case of who's actually a good villain, who's a bad villain. It's kind of a whole grey area itself, and it's a good show to watch if you like the superhero genre. It's kind of unique to it as well, and it's very brutal. Oh god, that was hard.
Fuck those fuckers.
At number 8, it's The Walking Dead Season 9 in particular.
It's been a while since we had one of these talks.
The Walking Dead Season 9 sees it takes big risk and essentially a soft reboot as it kills off major characters that help progress the show in the future and ends up showing us a new perspective with a brand new villain that is very engaging with a new threat, and it kind of changes the dynamic of how we see zombies, and a lot of people end up dying in it, and it takes big risk as a result, and I think I just copied myself, but yeah, it's a little bit. Whew.
We on the same side, right? Well, you tell me.
At number 7, it's Kingdom. This foreign zombie show is really good, but it's also a bit weirdly paced. However, its uniqueness and actual gripping moments make it a bit better than The Walking Dead as a zombie show, and it's a lot shorter, and it ends in a way that kind of changes how you see the show, and it probably is going to be a good one moving forward. So I'd recommend you watch it if you're a fan of the zombie series, because it's a really hardcore zombie show. At number 6, it's Mindhunter Season 2.
That's when we found the little girl hanging from this pipe. Jesus.
Another intriguing and genuinely gripping dive into the world of serial killers and how these characters try and pinpoint what makes a serial killer tick and actually makes one itself, and the look at their more personal lives is a bit more intrusive this time. It kind of isn't as strong as it was last time, but it's still engaging anyway, and it's still a really good show because the first season was that good, and the season, yeah. Oh god, that one was weird.
We've got 19 dead black children. You telling me that's a coincidence?
Into the top 5, and at number 5, it's Russian Doll.
Jesus fucking Christ, that's dark.
Russian Doll is an intriguing new take on an already established premise about repeating the same day of your life over and over again, but this time it's done in a way where you're actually more engaged with it. And even though it starts off really slow and you're like, how can it carry the show on for 8 episodes? We're kind of done with it already. It adds new elements into it that make it more engaging. By the end of it, you're like, whoa, this is a really good show. Ran out of breath.
What was wrong with the stairs?
It's a long story involving multiple deaths.
At number 4, it's Watchmen.
We are no one. We are everyone. And we are invisible.
Watchmen starts rather slow and confusing, but by the time you get to the end of the show, all that slow and confusing stuff is actually really good build-up and exposition for what happens after. It makes complete sense, and then by the time you get to like episode 5, whatever, you kind of just fully into it and its themes, and it's very gripping, it's very out there, and it's very bold, and it's really good, and it's actually the best superhero show in quite a while.
I guess we have ourselves a reckoning.
At number 3, it's Chernobyl.
There was nothing sane about Chernobyl.
A very haunting look at one of the major nuclear disasters that's honourable to the people involved in it, and it's kind of gripping and educational at the same time, and you can't believe what's going on, and also teaches you so much about nuclear fission and energy that by the end of it you're like an expert in nuclear science, but also so educated in such a horrible way. It's a great show. Whoa, I had to force. I'm tired.
You are dealing with something that has never occurred on this planet before.
At number 2, it's When They See Us.
Is my mom here?
It's just us. You and us.
Another powerful and haunting like retelling of an actual factual event, this time focusing on crime amongst a couple of young black youths that are kind of put into prison through a crime they didn't really do, and it's really thought-provoking, engaging, and it's really gut-wrenching as well. And the true story takes place over a couple of episodes, and it's worth watching if you really are into that stuff. I wanted to say so much more. That was exhausting.
Why are you doing us like this?
What other way they ever do us?
Now, before we get to number one, here's some honorable mentions of 2019 TV. Star Trek Discovery, Vikings, The Witcher series, Legion's final season, Disenchantment, The End of the Effing World Season 2, The Dragon Prince, and the final season of a series of unfortunate events. That's 8 honorable mentions. Yeah, all those shows are still worth watching, basically. And my number one show of 2019 goes to Mr. Robot's final season, Season 4.
You go down this path, it'll never end.
Mr. Robot's final season is an example of how to finish a show with some of the best episodes of TV ever created inside it, with a conclusion that's satisfying and thought-provoking and kind of makes you look at the show in such a new light. That is so good, and you need to watch it, and it's so short. It's 40 episodes only from start to finish. Watch season...
This is an endless war.
Thanks for watching. I mean, I'm out of breath now. It's like a workout.